Hi.
Hi.
What's Daddy doing?
Stuff.
With Daddy.
What am I about to do right now?
Oh, go live.
Drive from California.
Go live.
You just went live.
I
Drive
am
from
live.
California hours away to Washington, D.C., which is pretty insane if you ask me. It's very far.
Far as well.
Okay. Well, I'll see you guys in.
Yeah, it'll only take 5 days.
I'll see you guys in New York. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a happy month. I'll miss you. I love you. I bless you. Love you so much. Don't tickle me.
I won't. Even though I really want to. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'll see you guys in a few weeks.
Okay.
See you,
Okay.
Teo.
See you.
Boy.
Fist bump.
All right.
All right, big hands.
All right. Get out of here.
Have fun.
Teo.
Yeah.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'll be with you in just a moment.
Bye.
First, I'd like to thank my sponsor of this trip, Steeped Coffee, the Keurig Killer. So I'm in my driveway right now, and I'm with my friend Teo Haas. He's been doing fun, crazy things with me for a while. And if you're here on Twitter, you're down there, and I hope you don't mind the angle. YouTube, I'm loving you right now, right in my face. And Facebook, it's like you're my passenger. And Instagram, it's like you're back there. So we have some very interesting setup going on. Just got to plug this phone in. Boom. Feeling good about that. And I'm going to hit the road, and then I'll tell you why I'm going on a month-long road trip and why I'm live streaming from 4 phones and a GoPro. But I'm not in a rush. I got all month. Yay. So, thanks for joining me, for those that are. I've been thinking about doing this for a long time. And we're just getting started, so I got my CTO on my other phone in my ear. I don't hear him. He's probably on mute. And, it's really hard to explain what I've been working on the last couple of years, because I'm trying to create software to empower people to create content and consume content in a much better and more natural way. The reality is that all of us are naturally inclined to speak. It's why I'm so excited about Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant, Microsoft Cortana, Samsung Bixby, Apple Siri, and all the other organizations out there like SoundHound that are creating interfaces for humans to talk to technology, because it's natural for us. That's the natural thing, is for us to speak, not for us to type with 2 thumbs or 10 fingers. And as I've considered that the last couple of years, my team, I've built lots of companies. I've done nothing alone. You want to go fast, go by yourself. You want to go far, go with the team. I want to go far with the team. Sometimes I act like I'm a lone ranger, but that's not my intention. And what we've worked on the last couple of years has been a new media product with voice as the interface. And so right now, I believe we're the only people in the world that are live streaming to Amazon Alexa in real time. And so that's right here. You may not be able to see it, but right here on my phone, an old 7 Plus, not a phone I use very often, just something I use for time lapsing. I am streaming in real time right now. So if you went to Amazon Alexa and you said, Alexa, enable the skill Attention Live, and after the skill is enabled, you say, Alexa, open Attention Live, and then it says what channel, you say Ian Utility, you'll be able to hear my voice right now, what I'm saying. And why create a software to live stream to Alexa? Well, that's not really the point, is Alexa alone. Our software right now, the beta version, which is what I'm using, can live stream to Amazon Alexa and to YouTube. But our alpha version will also live stream to Facebook, so I don't have to use a camera right here, and live stream to Instagram, and live stream to Twitter, as well as Google Assistant, Samsung Bixby, Microsoft Cortana. And why are we doing that? We're creating one software interface, so I don't have to use a GoPro for YouTube and 3 other phones for the other social media sites. So I can have one phone and seamlessly be able to communicate. Because there's a communication problem right now. If I want to communicate with the world, then I have to have all these different devices, or go live on one device, turn it off. Go live on the same device on a different account, turn it off. But if I want to say one thing in real time to the world, then there's not really an easy way to do that, because it's cost prohibitive and it's also knowledge prohibitive. You have to have several $1,000s to buy these types of devices. You have to have several $100s a month to pay for my 6 LTE cards I have with AT&T with the unlimited bandwidth. And then you have to have the understanding and team to support you to do something of this nature. So that's a real concern. Excuse me for a moment. Hey Teo, why don't you go on Facebook, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, go on the e-utility accounts. Just make sure the volume's working right. Maybe plug in your headset into that phone so it doesn't interfere. Thanks for waiting for me to give a little instruction. So I don't really know how to explain the problem and the solution as well as I can show it to you. So I'm leaving Aptos right now, and I'm driving to Phoenix as we speak. I'm gonna get to Phoenix tonight to go have dinner with my, basically my adopted brother. I've grown up with my whole life. We've done life together, and his mom and his grandma. And then tomorrow I'll be at the Phoenix Open, which is, I think, the world's largest golf tournament. I think like 200,000 people are there. It's like $500 million in sponsorship, prize money. And, so I'll be at the Phoenix Open tomorrow. I've never been there. It'll be fun to see what that's like. And then I'll be driving to Kansas City. Of course, the Super Bowl's on Sunday. I plan to arrive in Kansas City Sunday. And I'd like to be there. What are you looking for? There's one right inside the baggie in the bottom left. And so then we'll drive to Kansas City, arrive Sunday. Of course, my great hope and desire is that the San Francisco 49ers will win the Super Bowl. And if that's the case, then I'll be in Kansas City, and ideally I'll pop into a place called IHOP, the International House of Prayer. I think they have the longest running prayer music service going. And if my desires happen, which is the Niners winning, because hey, my family's been in San Francisco since 1776, then there'll be a very sad group of people at IHOP, and I'll be there to comfort them. And if by some chance the Kansas City Chiefs win, then IHOP will be celebrating, in great passion. And even though it makes me sad, I still would like to be there for that. Then be driving from Kansas City to Washington, D.C. I'll be in Washington, D.C. all next week. I'll arrive Monday, and I'll be there for at least a week. I have several dozen meetings lined up, and I'll talk more about that in the near future. Then I may jump down to Puerto Rico to go see some friends and my business partners, enjoy the warm weather. And then we have a big event in Manhattan in the middle of February called NFT NYC. And so I'll be there mid-Feb just to do meetings and be prepared for that big event that's going on. After that event is done, February 20th, my 2 boys, who you saw at the beginning of this live stream, will jump in to my car. We'll fly over to New York. They'll jump in my car, and we will drive back for a week together and enjoy the nation with each other. And that's my oldest son, Malachi. It's his 11th birthday present. His birthday is on March 3rd, so it's pretty close. By the way, Landry Woolworth, our CTO at Attention.live, he turned 36 years old today. Landry, I am loving you right now. Happy birthday. You're also on the phone with me, but still, I can't hear you. You must be on mute. That's fine. We got lots of Attention Live birthdays coming up. Today, January 31st. You're welcome, Landry. January 31st, Landry's turning 36. Our other partner, Michael Mosley, he turns 48 on February 24th. And I turn 39 on March 24th. So, what's the purpose of me driving around the nation? Well, like I said, I'm going to the Phoenix Open, I'm going to Kansas City, I'll be in DC for a week, Puerto Rico for a week, maybe. So that's what I'm doing. But why? Why am I doing it? Because I need to show the world the problem. The problem is that I'm live streaming on YouTube through a GoPro. I'm live streaming on Twitter through a 7 Plus, and Facebook through an 11, and Instagram through an 11. And that's not a sustainable solution. And so what I'm really doing is I'm live streaming through attn.live software, just my voice. So although I'm live streaming video on my accounts through these devices, I don't really want to live stream video that often. I would live stream all the time if it was just audio. That's a much less demanding thing. I don't have to worry about how I look. I don't have to worry about, who's around me. I can just speak. And that's much more desirable for me. So, all that being said, I'm showing the problem all month long. All month long, I'll be live streaming video. All month long, I'll be live streaming audio through our software, and I'll be saying, hey, what I'm doing on these devices, this is a problem. If you are Andrew Yang and you're trying to communicate with the world, if you are Donald Trump and you're trying to communicate with the world, and you are in a plane, you are in a car, and you want to speak to your Democratic constituents or your Republican constituents, and you want to speak in real time to the people that want to hear you, there's not an easy solution to do so. However, if a person like a politician were to use attn.live software, they'd have one place to broadcast their voice on all the social media sites where people are already at, and all the voice devices where people will eventually be at. And then also we're adding the ability to send an archive of our broadcast to places like Spotify and iTunes and Google Podcasts. Now there's many more things I'd love to tell you about attn.live, but I have all month to confuse you with what we're doing and why we're doing it. So I'm just gonna keep it super simple. attn.live is a live podcasting product. Okay, so think podcasting except for it's live. And instead of podcasting, doing the prep, and then creating the audio, and then doing the post-production, and then posting it, this type of podcasting is you press start stream, and that's it. It just goes live everywhere. And I think that's the easiest way to create content. I believe that this is the way people are going to want to create content in the future. The other thing is not just creating, but consuming. The reality is, like, for those of you that are watching me on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, I'm not going to hold your attention that long. It does not matter how much you enjoy watching me drive. I'm not going to hold your attention that long. Eventually, 3 minutes, 5 minutes in, you're going to be like, okay, enough's enough. Ian's taken enough of my bandwidth. I'm done. And you're going to bounce, and you're going to move on. But if you were just listening to me on your Alexa speaker, or just listening to me on YouTube, but it was audio only, or in the near future, listening to me on the Google Assistant device, or the Microsoft Cortana device, or the Samsung Bixby output, or Instagram, then you might stick with me for a long time. You might actually go for a long ride with me. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to create an environment that's not so demanding for people that want to learn things, that want to listen to somebody. I'm trying to create an environment that people are a little bit more apt to maybe be more sticky and stay on longer. And then an environment where people feel more confident to create this content. So that is what I'm doing. There is one other thing that's a little bit unique about this month-long road trip. And that's the fact that I'll probably end up losing about 20 to 30 pounds in the next month. So as you join me from time to time, as you pop on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, and watch me in my car driving to Kansas, driving to DC, going to Puerto Rico, driving to New York, coming back here across the nation with my boys at the end of the month, I am doing a very intensive intermittent fasting regimen. I did this back in April for 40 days. It was 10 days of water fasting, only water, and 30 days where I ate clean, healthy food for 4 hours a day, and then I did not eat for 20 hours a day. Now, during those 40 days that I did 10 days only water and 30 days where I ate 4 hours a day, I lost 43 pounds. I went from over 270 to just under 230. And I started another 40-day fast. So I started that 11 days ago. I I did 5-day waters, and now I'm doing 35 days with intermittent fasting. And I started off right over 240. I'm just at about 230 now. And my anticipation is that if it's anything like it was the last time, I'll probably lose another 20 or 30 pounds on the road. And also this time I'm a lot more active. One way I kept my weight off was I ride my one wheel all day. I try to ride that one wheel, which is kind of a mix between a motorcycle and a skateboard. People see me on the one wheel and they're like, what is that like? I'm like, you ever seen Avatar, the blue dude? When he asked the blue girl, when I jump on the dragon, how do I drive the bad boy? She said, plug in, it knows what you want. That's the one wheel, my friends. That's the one wheel. The one wheel knows what you want. And so there's this reality that because I am intermittent fasting again, and because I know how to do this, I'm committed to it, and because I'm also doing all the health stuff. I got all the health stuff going on as well. So because of all of that, there is a good chance I'll lose 20-30 pounds. I think by the time I get back home to Santa Cruz, my home, which I will miss you so much, Santa Cruz. I'll be back in 28 days. When I get back home, I'll probably be 210 pounds, which will be the leanest I will have been a long time, 15 plus years. I was over 200 pounds in like 5th grade. I'm a big boy. He knit me in my mother's womb to be real thick. I like to say I'm well insulated. So there's definitely a bit of like a reality TV show going on that I'm creating with my life right now. Now, it's not, I don't have a producer, I don't have a director, nobody's telling me what to do. My team and friends and family tolerate my courageous ideas. And but I just basically decided to do this like 3 days ago, and I only got my boys, their mama, to agree to it, a couple days ago, and got everybody kind of on board. I don't really have much of a plan. I just know there's a problem, and the problem is that I am not as healthy as I should be, so I'm intermittent fasting. So that's one solution. I found intermittent fasting is a solution to the problem of not being as healthy as I should be. And so in the next month, you'll probably see my body transform, which might be something that draws you to check in from time to time, which is what I want. I want your attention, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, because I have something to tell you. There is a problem right now. And the problem is that whoever wants to communicate with the world, just for fun, I'll say Donald Trump and Andrew Yang, because it was really simple and easy to understand. If Andrew Yang wants to reach all of his Democrat constituents with his message, he wants to talk to the Yang gang, it would be difficult for him to do that in real time consistently, because you'd have to have so many devices and so many different cell phone LTE cards. Same with Donald Trump if he wants to speak to his Republican constituents. And so we've created a solution. The solution is called Attention Live. And I've been live streaming now through Attention on the Alexa devices. So if you go to your Amazon Alexa device and you say, Alexa, enable Attention Live, it will install our skill. If you say, Alexa, open Attention Live, it will ask you what channel. If you say Ian Utility, then you'll be listening to what I'm saying right now in real time. So what YouTube is watching and listening to, and what Twitter is watching and listening to, and what Facebook is watching and listening to, and Instagram is watching and listening to, you can listen to on that device. We also are live streaming the audio just to our YouTube page. Now that's what's in beta. That works. We used it at CES to live stream CES. We used it at Project Voice to live stream Project Voice. I never told anybody we were doing it. I've kept things very, very quiet. I've been building software for over 20 years, and I know the types of unexpected hurdles that come when you launch software and you start making lots of noise and then it doesn't work. So I really want to make sure it worked right before I start clanging cymbals. But this is my cymbal clanging. That's what I'm doing right here. I am clanging my cymbals. I am banging my drums. I am, sorry everybody, honking my horn, and I am saying we have created a solution for a really, really significant problem. And again, that problem is it's hard to communicate with the people that want to hear you. not that people want to hear me, you know. I don't have dozens, let alone tens of thousands of people tuned in on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. But Andrew Yang would. Donald Trump would. CNN and Fox do. You know, mega church pastors do. University professors that are the best teachers in the world, they do. They have an audience that wants to hear from them, but they do not have an easy way to communicate with them. There is no solution. And you could tell me that Easy Stream and Restream.io and Wowza and Livestream, oh no, they have a solution. You try to set that up in your car. You try to set that up on a train. You try to set that up while you're in motion. You try to be at a table with somebody important that you want to communicate with that person to your audience, and you try to get that software out and use it. I'm sorry, it's great software if you are a media team. It's great software if you are in a studio. It is not this. I have been live on Attention Live for 23 minutes now, in real time, on Alexa. I think we're the only people in the world that can do it. I haven't told anybody really what we're doing, and we're perfecting our software, making sure our UI, our UX looks good, it feels good. I just got the update from my CTO. All is well. Alexa is sounding great. YouTube, we are live on YouTube. It is sounding great. Landrew, I want to make sure I can share that YouTube link, so why don't you email that to me? So, everybody, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be live off and on throughout the course of the next month. In order to not exhaust you, I'm going to end the live stream happening by video on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as soon as I drive away from the ocean. I'm almost done with the ocean, but I figure even if you can't see the ocean, I can, and it makes me happy. And when I'm this happy, then I look happy. If I look happy, then maybe you're a little more inclined to like. I gotta turn around. I missed Dolan. All right. Well, see, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with the ocean. It's time to go inland. It's kind of a sad moment for me. Oh, Santa Cruz, I will miss you. I'm now in Monterey, California. I've had over 1,000 small business clients in Monterey and Santa Cruz. Like 4 careers ago, I helped AT&T transition to yellowpages.com from the Yellow Page book. And I was part of the team that was both implementing and training the salespeople and managers on how to sell websites back in the early 2000s and sell Ask Jeeves AdWords back before Google AdWords existed. And then eventually we rolled out the Google AdWords program and all that. And, I learned a lot. I learned a lot having all those different customers locally. So it's funny whenever I drive through Monterey, I often think to myself, how crazy it is that as a young man, in my early 20s, I was so fortunate to be invited to work for AT&T. I think now it wants me to go this way again. It changed its mind.
Whatever, just go back to Dolan Road. I think that'll readjust, get back to the best route.
There's a lot of people on this road. Highway 1. Got a lot of traffic on you right now. Okay. Well, for everybody that's there, I'm loving you right now. And I hope you enjoyed that little 25-minute video. I'm going to end it so that way we have this as an archive. What was that?
Do you want me to turn it on?
Not yet. Give it a sec. And I think that's about it. I'm not sure if there's anything else I really want to say on the first video. But in conclusion, I'm intermittent fasting. I'm 11 days in. And in the next month, I'll probably lose another 20-30 pounds. So if you want to watch me lose weight in real time, I'll be live streaming my life. Also, I'm trying to show the world the problem and the solution that we've created for that problem. Yeah, I'm not waiting to cross. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna keep going. And the problem is that in order for a person to communicate with the world, somebody like Andrew Yang or Donald Trump, to communicate with their constituents, there's not an easy way to do that right now. And we create a solution called Attention Live, attn.live. works seamlessly. And I will be on Attention Live even when I stop YouTube and I stop Twitter and I stop Facebook, I stop Instagram. You can still listen to me on the road through your Alexa speaker or on the YouTube channel, only audio. That's what I'm doing. I'm driving to Phoenix right now, then Kansas City, then Washington, D.C. I'll be in D.C. for a week, then I'll likely go to Puerto Rico for a bit, be back in Manhattan running a big conference, attn.live, and then my boys fly in and we'll drive back together across the nation for my son's 11th birthday. Again, Landrew Woolworth is 36 years old today, so if you know my CTO Landrew, shoot him a message, say happy birthday. And finally, I, for the first time in my career, will be raising money for my company. I've built companies with lots of friends. I've helped my friends raise money, but I've never raised money for one of my companies, but I am raising money for Attention Live. My ambition is so great with this company that it would be ignorant to try and do it without not only the funding provided by people looking to deploy capital, but also the wisdom that comes with those people that deploy their money for people like myself that are looking to put that money to work. And so I'm very grateful that I have so many friends that are investors, and so for all my investor friends out there, my number, 831-566-9692. I don't hide it. I publish it everywhere. Call me, text me, let me know if this solution to this major problem is intriguing to you. And you and I and my business partner can have a conversation about what we're looking for. So I am going to raise money. Today is Landrew's birthday, and we are starting our fundraising campaign. This is my announcement. I am announcing we are raising money for Attention Live. I will stop prospecting on my business partner, Michael Mosley, on his 48th birthday. February 24th, I will no longer be reaching out to investors, and we will spend the final month from his birthday until my birthday, March 24th, figuring out who's a good investor or investors. And on March 24th this year, my 39th birthday, we will be done raising money. So what we raise, and that's it. I don't fundraise. I've never done it. I don't like it. I'd rather just sell my product and my service. That's what I've always done. But my ambition's far too great. What Twitter has done with text messaging, what YouTube has done with video, I intend to do with audio. I believe if we are successful in the next decade, we will have billions, not millions, billions, as many as 4 billion people using our platform with their voice. They will interact with their voice, and they will listen to content by calling it forth, and they will create content with their voice. And if you think about the 4 billion people in the world that make less than $2.50 a day, if you think about the 2 billion people in the world that do not have access to the internet, and then you think about what's going to change in the next decade, that all those people are going to get access to the internet, and maybe they can't read and write, maybe they can't speak English or a major language, but they can talk, and they can talk to Alexa, and they can talk to Assistant, they can talk to Bixby or Cortana or Siri. And as long as we are an application, Attention Live's an application in those different platforms, then I believe we can help unlock abundance for these people around the world by helping them be compensated for creating content that others can consume. And also educate those people by creating avenues for them to learn by consuming content through our platform. So that is my 30-minute introduction, everybody. I hope those on YouTube, those on Twitter, and Facebook, and Instagram, I hope that you enjoyed my intro. Like I said, I will still be live streaming through Attention Live. I'm not planning on turning that off. We've run our live streams for, I think, as many as 13. Hey, Landry, can you come off mute? What's the longest we've run a stream on Attention Live? It's like 13 hours? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, yeah, now go ahead. Okay, good. So, we're just going to basically run all day, everybody. So if you're interested, tune in. I'll jump back on with more video later, but right now I'm going to stop this video, and we're going to make sure we don't go too long with video at one time. because nobody's interested in watching video for hours and hours and hours, unless of course you're watching Gary Vaynerchuk's super vlogs. Then apparently people are fine watching video for 10 hours at a time. Oh, he's post-producing that stuff and it looks good and it's well done. This is not. This is just a dude in a car with some phones. So I'm loving you right now, everybody. Big hugs, big hugs. I've had a bunch of my friends that are spiritual people say, do you have prayer covering? Like, are people praying for you, for your safety and for your success? It's like, well, feel free. Feel free. I feel very, very close with the Creator. And I think me and the Creator, He knows what's going on. He's with me, He lets me take the wheel. Jesus, He's good with me taking the wheel. We take the wheel together. We're co-creating this life together. And I have lots of wonderful spiritual friends. And so, yes, pray for me. And, put me on your prayer list, that I will not get in a wreck, that I will be safe, and that I will be loving and kind and gracious and sensitive and empathetic and thoughtful in the things that I do and say, that I will care well for my children from afar, that I will stay healthy, that I'll take care of myself, and I'll be successful, that we'll be successful in raising the money we need to run after the ambition we have with Attention Live. So yes, if you are a spiritual person and you're a big fan of prayer lists, feel free to add me. And if not, then just forget about that last minute. It wasn't for you. All right, everybody. I'm loving you right now, and I'm done. So for those of you watching me on YouTube, I'm sorry. That's it. It's over. For those of you watching me here on Twitter, thank you so much for your attention. Hold on, one at a time. All right, let's get rid of Facebook. Facebook, you're out of here. You're out of here. Teo's shutting you down. All right, Instagram, you're last. Now. Yep, end it. Okay, now. And now.